Hey guys, so we are doing week 2, day 6 of the MatBeast program. So we're starting with some deadlifts. We're starting with a 5x5. Sorry about the noise in the background. Trying to do stuff while the kids are on holiday, on school holidays is a challenge. But we're going to do 5 sets of 5 deadlifts. So what I'll do is I'll link last week's tutorial into this, and then we'll show it phase by phase. So breakdown of the session, you've done your warm-up, which is above. We're going into 5x5 deadlifts, then we have some Romanian deadlifts and some single arm dumbbell rows, and then just like a nice sort of like arm bodybuildery style finisher. So yeah, so we've just gone for our warm-up. Now we're going to progress through some deadlifts. The goal of this session is 5 sets of 5. But for week 1, we're going to use those 5 sets to build to a heavier 5 that we can work off for a few more weeks. So let's brush up on some deadlift technique quick. So have our barbell loaded. The way that I like to deadlift is I like to think about, I want my legs directly under my hips, and I want you to think about if you were to take a jump as high as you could. So if you were to just step forward, jump, you want your feet to be in the same position as you would jump, because that's going to give you the best option to generate like maximum force off the floor. So my sort of jumping stance, feet under my hips. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my feet out slightly, like 5 to 1 on a clock face. That there is going to help my knees come out, which is going to engage my glutes. So if you do a quick drill now, have your hands on the outside of your glutes and your knees turned out, you'll feel your glutes switch on. If you turn your knees in, you'll feel your glutes switch off. So what we're looking for is we're looking for those glutes to switch on so we can protect our lower back. So feet under our hips, feet slightly toed out, knees pushing out slightly. Now we look at the bar and we've got knurling. I like to put my thumb on the knurling, and I like to keep that consistent for all of my lifts. So bench press, shoulder press, cleans, anything that involves that kind of grip, it's always the same distance apart. So thumbs on the knurling, and then wrap our thumb around, thumbs on the knurling, wrap our thumb around. Now in this bottom position, we want to come down, we want to lift our chest up. We want to make sure that our knees are either in line with our feet or pointing just outside. What we don't want is our knees to fall in, because then we'll get that situation where our glutes don't fire properly. So we've got our knees pushed out, our hands are a good enough width apart. Commonly when you see people's knees fall in, they're gripping too narrow. So we've got our thumb on the knurling grip, and we've wrapped our thumbs round, knees out, feet under hips, toed out. Now I want you to imagine you've got a superhero emblem on your chest, and you want to show the crowd that for the whole lift. So we've got that position, everything's in check. Chest is facing the audience, my chin is up, looking in the direction I want to go. Pull the bar up your legs, squeeze your bum at the top, and then come down the same way that you went up, with control. Now we have all those measures in place, we'll take a look at the side angle. So what we want is a bar to travel in the straightest line possible. We don't want any deviations out. Commonly, when people pull the bar, they'll come out around their knees, which is going to put a lot of stress on their lower back. So we want to make sure, as we set up to the bar, following what I've just said, we want our shins pressed against the bar, and we want that barbell to drag up our legs. So we go through this again, we'll create a straight bar path. We've got bar pulling up our shins, and we squeeze our bum at the top. Notice at the top, I'm not leaning back, I'm just squeezing my butt. A lot of people will chase that lean back, and all you're doing is putting more stress on your lower back and not engaging your glutes. So, we're going to pull the bar up, squeeze our bum nice and tight, and then come down the same way that we picked it back up. That was deadlifts done. 5 sets of 5. slightly up in the percentage from last week. Now we're going to move through to some Romanian deadlifts and single arm rows. Hey guys, so we've just done our deadlifts. Now we're moving into Romanian deadlifts and single arm dumbbell rows. So quick look at my Romanian deadlift setup. So this is going to be a little bit different to like a conventional Romanian deadlift. I've got two, let's just say plates or very small dumbbells on the floor, so I can basically put my feet on, the tops of my feet, so the ball of my foot on, which is basically when I do a Romanian deadlift, it's just going to give me more of a stretch in the hamstring. I think this is great for jiu-jitsu, helps build a bit of flexibility whilst also building a bit of strength. So we've got our feet on elevated, well the front of our feet elevated on these dumbbells or small plates. Then we will take the bar up as normal and proceed for our Romanian deadlift. So we want soft knees and we want to focus on not bending our knees as much as we would a deadlift, pushing our bum back, coming all the way down to the floor nice and slow, touch the floor, drive up, nice and slow on the way down, touch the floor, drive up, good drawing. All the way down, drive up. Good, so that's basic Romanian deadlift technique. You feel it a bit more in your hamstrings. And then next I'll show you the single arm dumbbell row. We've done obviously Romanian deadlifts now. We've got, so this is a superset. We're going to do 4 sets of 12 of each. So you've got 12 Romanian deadlifts, which we've just done. And we've got single arm dumbbell rows. So 12 of these. So we'll just go through a quick bit of technique and then we'll set you on your way. So this one. So what we're looking for is one knee on the bench, the other leg just sort of out as a base, other arm nice and straight. Okay, so our focus on a dumbbell row, keep our back relatively straight. The dumbbell's going to hang down, okay, and then what we're looking for is we're looking at bringing that elbow back as we row. So our elbow is going to come back, trying to get to our like hip pocket, should we say, in a nice controlled motion for that sort of 12 reps. We don't want you rowing up like this and rolling our shoulder forward. We want to have that nice row back so we engage our actual back muscles and get a really good strong pull, girls. We're just going to hit some arm stuff because she doesn't want stronger arms, right? My arms are pitifully tiny. I never used to work them when I did CrossFit really. I just did all the pull-ups and stuff. So making a conscious effort now, try and get some arms that are bigger than my elbow joint. But who doesn't want bigger and stronger arms for jiu-jitsu, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with some bicep curls now. When I do any arm stuff, I like to use fat grips. So if you can get hold of a set of those off Amazon or whatever, that's gonna be golden for anything like rowing with dumbbells, any dumbbell movement. Simulates a bit closer to the actual like wrist of a person. So in my eyes, it kind of sets you up for success with jiu-jitsu. So we're going to start with just 3 sets. We're just going to go high volume. So we're just going to do max rep sets because we don't want our arms to burn out when we're doing jiu-jitsu because you know that's going to be emotional for us. If they burn out, then we're fucked. So start building some volume. Then we'll start looking at building some strength as we get deeper into the program. So what we're going to do to start with, we've got dumbbells, I've got my fat grips. Curl both dumbbells at the same time, twist at the top, nice and controlled on the way down. We're going to go max reps on bicep curls. Then we're going to move into French press. So laying back on the bench, arms extended, keeping your lower arm vertical. You're going to lower the dumbbells down nice and slowly to your shoulders and then drive up. Okay? This has been great for me. My arm popped in an arm bar and just using that exercise alone has really helped like the recovery of that. And then the third exercise, just a lat raise. So we want to think about leading with our pinkies. I'm going to come out to the side, lead with our pinkies, come back down. Again, max reps. This makes you pull some funny faces, but who cares, right? Good, enjoy.